Hello there, welcome to CTT Loves Movies and the series Alternative Oscars, where we revisit the Academy Awards and I get to make the choices to see who wins. We're going to revisit 1975 and let's begin. The nominees were George Burns for The Sunshine Boys, Brad Dourif for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Chris Sarandon for Dog Day Afternoon, Burgess Meredith for The Day of the Locust, and Jack Warden for Shampoo. And the winner was George Burns.
The difference is we've done this sketch 11,000 times, and you always said come in. Suddenly, today it's enter. Why today, after all these years, do you suddenly change it to enter?
I want to acknowledge Brian Keith and Sean Connery for The Wind and the Lion, John Cazale for Dog Day Afternoon, and Robert Shaw for Jaws. My choice is Brad Dourif playing the poor stuttering Billy Bibbit, institutionalized in a mental asylum, and he acquires his first sense of confidence in this scene right over here, but then you see him broken down. His spirit is crippled once again by the relentless Nurse Ratched.
Please don't tell my mother.
Don't you think you should have thought of that before you took that woman in that room?
No. I.
Best Actor nominees were Jack Nicholson for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Al Pacino for Dog Day Afternoon, Walter Matthau for The Sunshine Boys, Maximilian Schell for The Man in the Glass Booth, and James Whitmore for Give 'Em Hell, Harry. Not nominated but worthy were Gene Hackman for The French Connection Part 2, Michael Caine for The Man Who Would Be King, and Roy Scheider for Jaws. And my choice is Jack Nicholson for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, playing the eternal rebel, buckling against the system.
Just raise your hand up. That's all we need from you today, Chief. Just raise your hand up one time. Show her that you can do it. Just show her that you can still do it. Just raise your hand up.
Best Supporting Actress nominees were Lee Grant for Shampoo, Ronee Blakley for Nashville, Sylvia Miles for Farewell My Lovely, Lily Tomlin for Nashville, and Brenda Vaccaro for Once Is Not Enough. Not nominated were Barbara Harris for Nashville and Goldie Hawn for Shampoo. And the winner was Lee Grant for Shampoo.
Whatever you say.
We have this political thing tonight. Did you call me out at the house?
Sure.
You actually went to the bank?
Yeah.
Lee Grant is always great and should have won years earlier, but I think that this Academy Award was to reward her for the troubles that she went through during the McCarthy era. My choice would have been Ronee Blakley for Nashville. She could sing, she could act, she had a breakdown right on stage, and she was pretty mesmerizing.
Use some lemonade. Oh, you're fine, darling. Fine. It's the microphone. Give me
I ain't done.
Oh, I know.
I ain't done.
Go get some glass of water. Come on, boys, help her off, all right? You'll come back, okay, darling?
Thank you.
Okay.
The best actresses were Louise Fletcher for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Isabelle Adjani for The Story of Adol H., Anne Margaret for Tommy, Glenda Jackson for Hedda, Carol Kane for Hester Street. And the winner was Louise Fletcher for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, playing Nurse Ratched.
There are 18 patients on this ward, Mr. McMurphy, and you have to have a majority to change ward policy. So you gentlemen can put your hands down now.
Louise Fletcher captured the coldness of Nurse Ratched. She's pure evil. But my choice would have been the 20-year-old Isabelle Adjani in the French film The Story of Adol H., where a young woman goes insane as she obsesses over a military officer.
Je ferai tout pour vous nuire. Je révélerai votre conduite. Je vous ferai chasser de l'armée. Restons ensemble jusqu'à notre mort.
Best Picture nominees were Barry Lyndon, Dog Day Afternoon, Jaws, Nashville, and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. A quick shout out to the not nominated Love and Death and The Sunshine Boys. My choice is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's also one of my favorite films. I'm leaving a link below to a film analysis that I did on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest many years ago. It's amazing that it was the box office champion of all time back in 1975. There are so many layers to this story. You can look at it as a study of how a mental institution breaks down and tries to control its patients through heavy medication and therapy, and nobody really gets well in this movie. It's also a study of conformity and our desires to be completely independent, while society has its crazy need to try to control us as well. Now, there is lobotomy and some heavy themes in this film, so come prepared. But if you haven't seen it yet, catch it.
How about it, you creep, you lunatic? You think you're crazy or something? Well, you're not. You're not.
In my next video, I'll be observing the films of 1976. But in the meantime, send me your comments, send me your likes, or better yet, subscribe. This is CTT Loves Movies.